Hey, what's up YouTube, it's maplestoria. Welcome back to another video. In today's video, I would like to cover some of the best effect weapons that I think are good in Shadow Fight 2. So what I define as an effect weapon would be a weapon that changes its shape or has some very special animations. In a short while you'll understand what I mean. So here I am just choosing the weapons and we'll be proceeding to the main video very soon. If you haven't already, please click that subscribe button at the bottom and drop a like to let me know that you'll enjoy this video. Alright, so the first weapon that we have would be the Flame Clubs. The Flame Clubs are a baton type weapon that is very versatile and quick to use. There are also very interesting fire animations in this weapon, and as you can see, it makes short work of an enemy. The batons can be a very quick weapon and it also can be a slower weapon. I would consider it a mid-range weapon, not heavy and not quick either. But it does deal a fair share of damage as you can tell, and the flame animations seriously look pretty cool. The baton weapon animations are also not that slow, so this weapon can be used in a few situations. Although you do have to control the use of the fire well in order to hit your enemy. And if it hits your enemy, it will do some really massive damage. Just make sure to put some distance between yourself and the enemy so that you can get your flame shots off. Alright, so we finished the flame clubs. Let's move on to the next weapon. The next weapon we have in line is the Shocker Claws. The Shocker Claws are a claw type weapon that are pretty quick to execute on the short attacks. The Super Slash takes a while longer, but there's a really cool Tesla coil electrocution animation. So the Shocker Claws operate as regular claws in the normal attacks and are very quick and versatile. The claws are of course best combined with a bunch of unarmed attacks on your opponent, and if you can get the electrocution off on your opponent, it will cause him to have some shocking animations, as you will be able to see very shortly. So make sure to keep some distance between yourself and the opponent so you can get your Shocker Claws animations off. And right there you see the opponent getting shocked. The opponent will fall to the ground and give you some time to attack him after a while. The Shocker Claws are very quick and fun to use and definitely one of my favorites. On to the next weapon. The next weapon we have would be the Plasma Rifle. Now this is what I would consider a full-fledged heavy weapon. The animations are pretty slow, but if you can get any hits of your opponent, it will deal massive damage. As you can tell, there are really cool animations for the Plasma Rifle firing from a semi-kneeling position. And if you can get any of your attacks off the enemy, it would deal quite a bit of damage. Now of course the Plasma Rifle is a tad slower and you do have to time your attacks a bit more carefully. You can always combine it with some unarmed attacks to make sure your damage is fluid. And from the long range you can use the shooting of the Plasma Rifle to hit your enemy. As I mentioned earlier, the Plasma Rifle is slow, so it would be a good idea to keep some distance between yourself and the enemy. The low thrust and the high thrust are usually some of the quicker animations to carry out. The reverse slash is also one of the heaviest hitting in the game that I know of. Master the Plasma Rifle and you'll be sure to devastate your enemies. For the next weapon we have the Thunder Hammers. The Thunder Hammers are another type of baton weapon. and the regular animations are that of the regular batons. The super slash of the thunder hammers are very cool, and as you can tell, if you can hit your enemy, it will deal quite a bit of damage and cause a lightning strike. I guess that's why they call it the the thunder hammer. The thunder hammers are really quick weapons as well because they are the baton type weapons, and if you can put some distance between yourself and the enemy, you'll be sure to cause some pain. Getting a super strike on the thunder hammers isn't easy, but it's really satisfying when you manage to do so. Now on to the last but definitely not the least of all the weapons. It is the composite sword, and one of my favorite weapons in this game. The composite sword has amazing range and speed, which is the best of both worlds in a weapon really. If you can put a bit of distance between yourself and the enemy, you're sure to hit them most of the time. Using any of the strikes on the composite sword except the back strike would ensure that you get a hit on your enemy really quickly. The super slash is also one of the coolest in the games, and we'll take a look at that shortly. With the plasma sword, it's always good to start with an upper or downward slash, and you'll usually hit your enemy. Now as you can tell that the super slash makes the sword extend to many different segments and can cause a lot of damage to your opponent. This weapon is however a gems weapon, and you do have to fork out some money in order to enjoy its benefits. However, I think if you can save up the amount of gems required, it is a worth it purchase. Alright, so that concludes the top 5 effect weapons of the game that I have in mind. If you haven't already, click the subscribe button. You can also check out my Instagram at instagram.com/maplestoria. Check out some of the most recent uploads on the left and videos you may like on the right. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.